Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to another video on the channel. Today we are checking out a mystery video. I don't know what we're checking out, if it's going to be openings or endings. I believe this is going to be a very specific set of four. I don't know if it's for us, like just all for one series or what it is, but Pinecino has shared this list of four with me. I am recording this on stream, so you know, if you want to be here when I record one of these videos live, you can check it out at twitch.tv/Jasmer. The link is in the description, or you can click here on this. Well, you can't click here on the screen. You can type out what you see here on the screen and go leave me a follow so that you will be here hopefully for the next one. If you want to be notified when more videos like this one go live, hit the notification bell, share this with someone who you think might enjoy. As always, you can hit the like button and hit subscribe down below if you have not done that already, and let me know down below which of your favorite openings, endings, whatever it happens to be that we're checking out here today is in the description below, or in the description, in the comments below. My head is all over the place. So this is going to be a fun time. Really looking forward to this little bonus recording that we're doing today off the back of a 2020's ending list. So this is going to be really fun. I'm really excited for it. So why not just get right into it? Here we go. So like I said, I have no idea what we're checking out here in this set, so I'm going to be surprised by the first one. So here we go, we're just going to check this one out. I'm very, very excited for it. Okay, we're going back to ancient Egypt. Umamusume! Oh shit! They are born to run! Look at them go! Otherworldly names. Yep, you got Oguri Cap, I think it's the main character, right? Look at them go. They are destined to run. Nobody can tell. So there's humans and there's horse girls. Interesting. I thought everyone was a horse girl in this. I love this triumphant, like, sport sound that was playing in the background there. Is there more? Okay, there is more. I was like... Okay. Psy games, of course. Look at them training! Bright old days. Oh wow, look at that. That looks so cool. That, like, I don't know how else to describe it other than, like, remind me of Fooly Cooley ending. So that's a trainer, right? That guy with the cap. Like the jockey cap. I thought that was going to kick up in intensity, but it actually slowed down. That trembling voice. Look at her go. She's going to go sicko mode here, surely. Look at her go. Oh, shit. I don't know if we can trust her. Is she like the student council person or something? That smile. Umamusume, Cinderella Grey. There you go. There you have it. Anyone that was questioning if we were going to check out Cinderella Grey from way back when we were doing like a previous sets, here we go. We're checking out Umamusume. Just to give my familiarity with this series, it's very brief. So as like the only streamer I watch, if I'm being honest, Northern Lion, randomly out of the blue decided he was going to stream and play the Umamusume Pretty Derby game. I can't remember the mobile gacha game, and those streams were incredible. Those were great times, and what I picked up through osmosis in those streams is all I know about the series. So I know about like Oguri Cap or something, like main character. I know that the horses are named after like real horses, and that's about it. So this is Umamusume Cinderella Grey, released in spring 2025 by Cygames Pictures. This is actually the last 2025 opening ending set that we'll be checking out in 2025. Actually, that's crazy. I didn't think we were going to be checking out anymore, but you know, Cygames, obviously Cygames, we just checked out a huge Cygames series not long ago with the Summer Hikaru died. I know that Cygames picked up a game award recently for the game that I was just talking about, and they said during that, I think they said like, Cygames is not done yet, we're going to keep doing great things, and I'm sure they are, because they had a huge year in 2025 with the Summer Hikaru died and Umamusume, and that gacha game I'm sure has reeled in a lot of cash for them. It got a lot of eyes from people that normally would not be looking at games like that. I'm going off in tangents. It's released in spring 2025 by Cygames Pictures. Bravern, I forgot that they did Bravern too. That's crazy. And the Summer Hikaru died again. Meant to say again, I just was talking about that. I don't know why I said again. He didn't die again. That would be terrible if he died again. The staff are largely unfamiliar to me at the moment. Okay. Though the music is by the Kenji Kawai, who did Mob and Ghost in the Shell and Higurashi. That's crazy. That is huge. AKA a goat, absolutely, that you only realize was working on it through this blurb. Really? You didn't realize that until you went and gathered information. The anime is based on the manga by Taiyo Kuzumi. Wait, this is a manga series? I'll be perfectly honest, I thought that this was one of like those anime original series, like one of those really unique anime original series. I had no idea this was a spin-off manga. That's crazy. Yeah, that's huge news to me. A spin-off manga. Like what was the original then? Which is itself based on the popular media franchise by Cygames. The song is Koeru by Alexandros. The brackets are necessary. Gotcha. What can I say about this? This was great. Like, I loved the so it doesn't happen all too often, but you know, sometimes there's these little spoken intros that are included. One that I can think of right off the top of my head is for Kaguya-sama Love is War. That was just a really fun little intro, and some of my favorite like the openings that stick in my head the most are the ones that have this little intro, like a spoken intro or something before it. And I'm glad they didn't keep me waiting too long questioning what this is, because the very first word they say is Umamusume. So, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Maybe it's not Umamusume. That's just how I've always read it. I think during the Game Awards they were like Umamusume or Umamusume or something. So they were pronouncing it very differently from how I've always read it in my head. But starting here where we see the Egyptian, I don't know what you would call her, like a Egyptian person in like you know, hieroglyphic kind of look with the horse ears. I should have picked up. I should have been like, what is that on top of her head? But yeah, it's just really, 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 really funny to see just how they immediately kick this off with like, yep, these things have been around forever. Nobody knows where they came from, but everyone knows that they are born to run. They are born to reach that finish line, and I think that that's really, really great. I got it closer than the TGA announcer. Well, that's probably a good thing. We see that there are normal people here, and then just her. I don't know if I noticed that there are horse boys. I feel like at one point we saw one character that I thought was maybe a horse boy. They do this really cheeky looking smile, and I thought that was maybe a horse boy, but I honestly don't think we've seen any horse boys whatsoever here. It could just be all a girl. Oh, this character right at the end. I don't know, just something about that big toothy grin. It's making me think of like a Beyblade character or something. I feel like I say that a lot, where I'm like, oh, it looks like Beyblade or something. And here's me, the only Beyblade I watched was when I was like 7-8 years old. Growing up with bad knees, Oguri Cap spent much of her early life struggling to stand. That's awful. Through sheer will, she overcomes her limits and finds liberation in the very thing that once seemed impossible. So this is about overcoming odds, and I think that's beautiful. That's a great story, especially for a sports series, you know, like overcoming odds that seemed impossible. You were told that you would never be able to do this thing, and then you are able to go out there and do it on a grand scale and maybe eventually become the best. I think that that's a really great story right there. And that thing that was once impossible, of course, is running. Though her fellow horse girls seek a big break from their quiet town of Kasamatsu, Oguri simply runs for joy until she's discovered, that's so cute, by down on his luck trainer Joe Kitahara. Joe pledges to ignite ambition for racing within Oguri and take her all the way to nationals. That is such a great story. It's obviously not comparable at all, but you know, the down on his luck trainer who wants to take someone to nationals and everything, it's reminding me of I'm not, the name isn't coming to me, the Olympics ice skating series. I feel like that trainer and trainee dynamic might be quite similar perhaps there. They're all based on real horses, so those that were male in real life have left ear accessories and vice versa for female, but in Uma they're essentially all horse girls. That's really funny, but that's a really cool way to recognize the difference between real male versus real female in the real world. That's really, really cool. And they all have they all have ear accessories. That's interesting. The first it's not Yuri on Ice, it's the other one. Medalist. It's Medalist. It's Medalist that I was thinking of. Imagine I was comparing it to Yuri on Ice. So Yuri on Ice, I feel like I know very little about. So I wouldn't compare it to that. I feel like I saw the opening for Yuri on Ice and that was it. Whereas with Medalist, I feel like because of learning about the trainer and trainee dynamic, I feel like I'm seeing that here. Maybe not, but they're all sports anime in the end, absolutely. Might as well throw a haiku comparison in there at some point, right? This was incredible. I really, really love this so much. This guy right here, I don't know if I sound crazy because I haven't seen it, but he looks like Porco Rosso. I don't know if that's the name of the character in Porco Rosso, but he looks like the pig guy that flies the plane or whatever in that Studio Ghibli movie. I haven't seen that movie, for the record. That's all I'm gonna say on the matter. There were some shots here that looked stunning, like this right here. Something about the way this was shot, it's really reminding me of the Fooly Cooly ending, where it's kind of like all real life imagery, but it's shot really blurry and it's all like choppy and stuff. It feels like a reference to the trainer from Ashita no Joe to use spiritually. Oh, okay. It probably is the case. You're more versed in this stuff than I am, of course. We got horse girls in here and they are running and it makes me happy to see. I'm guessing then that this girl that we see a lot of is Oguri Cap. I don't know why, but when I was watching those streams, it was a different character that I felt like I was seeing a lot that I thought was Oguri Cap, the main character. It might be the girl in the middle back, if that makes sense. She's got like a streak in her hair or something. Special Week is basically the MC of the game. From osmosis of watching the game, yeah, that's what I did think the main character of Umamusume was. But Oguri Cap, going from being told you'll never be able to do this to hopefully maybe one day being at the top of the game and being the horse girl. I think it's a truly beautiful story. I think it's a story of overcoming. It's a story of achieving goals that seem impossible, and it might not kind of take the route of being a super serious series where those ideas and themes are kind of at the forefront, of overcoming and everything. But as an outsider learning about this, it does genuinely come across as incredibly beautiful, and I love that so much. Based on the opening where they're just kind of like, yep, they are born to run, it makes me think that it kind of does play into the comedy, like absurdity angle maybe a little more. But I have seen like I guess a couple of gifs of animation from this series, nothing crazy or anything. I haven't got out of my way. And as well within the mobile game, when they go crazy, they start popping off. That shit looks insane. They really go above and beyond for that animation, and it's just like, again, super surprising to me that a series about horse girls running on racetracks is given so much love and attention and detail and loved by seemingly so many out there. It really surprised me when I released, I think, I can't, which season did this come out? I think you probably said spring 2025. When I did the spring 2025 video, there were more than a few comments in there asking why I didn't check out the Cinderella opening, saying it was their favorite of the year, favorite of the season rather, and they were disappointed that it wasn't included. So I'm just really glad that it's here today. Like, I'm glad that we're checking it out for you guys that were hoping for it, and also for myself, who now has this morbid curiosity for Umamusume based on just the huge year that this series has had. You showed me bits from the movie last year which goes ape shit. That's probably what it is. Yeah. And yeah, that it's truly insane. The gacha game was meant to come out in 2018 alongside the first anime, but the game got delayed to 2021. Really? The game came out in 2021? I feel like I only heard about it this year. Were there updates? That's not what's important here. What's important is that this was an incredible opening. We got to check it out today, and that makes me happy. That makes me so glad. This year was the global launch. Got you. That makes a lot of sense. I forgot the gacha games kind of do that a lot. But yeah, I think we're ready to check out the next one, which I don't know if it's going to be another opening or an ending or what it's going to be, but we're going to be checking out, as Pinecino has said here, Uma number 2. Like I said earlier, 2025, I thought we were done. Like, when I wrapped up the 2025 opening ending video, fall 2025, I think I ended it with, this is the last opening ending video I'll be doing for this year, and like, I will see you in 2026 basically. So yeah, it's just so cool that we've got more. So yeah, we're gonna check out what we get here in opening number 2 or ending number 1. Who knows? Let's go. This looks so cool. I love that, like, her kind of clothing is kind of blending into the grass. Like, it's part of her in a way. Like the path. Oh, wow. Wow, this looks stunning. I love the way they're doing this. Oh, this is her who can't even do anything when she was young. Oh, she's just watching the horse girls running on TV. She can't even stand up. And then she starts to run. Oh, that's such a great feel-good story. Love a good ending where they're running. Obviously, My Hero Academia comes to mind. Characters passing by. Running all day and all night. Nothing can stop her now that she can move and run about. I love that I'm guessing this is an ending, kind of goes then in the direction that it's showing that she does not take what she has for granted. She has experienced what it's like not to be able to even stand up, never mind run. So she does not take it for granted, and she goes out there and she runs and she runs and she runs. And I think it is truly an incredible story, an incredible way to tell us this through this animation right here. And the song as well with the lyrics, it was great. This is the first ending for Cinderella Grey Infinity by Oguri Cap herself. Really, I was gonna say as well, I didn't recognize the singer, so I assumed it was someone new. I love the way she kind of blends in with the path, the grass or whatever it is. Kind of gives you the sense that she has become one with this path, and we kind of get that feeling once again when we see her running the entire ending, beyond when we get that little flash to back to her past when she was unable to even stand up, which was really deeply upsetting to see, because she's only got like a single window to look out of, and besides that she's got a TV which is showing carrots, which is hilarious, might I say. But other than that, she's stuck in this room trying to stand up, unable to as she falls over. And she watches the horse girls run on TV. Once again, she goes to stand up and she falls over. Like, it just doesn't work out for her. Or actually, maybe this is the time where she stands up and she realizes she can walk. I think that is the case, which is really, really sweet. She's a character who has experienced a lot of downfalls in her life. She's experienced a lot of doubt from others. She's experienced a lot of what it's like not to be able to do very simple things that people take for granted. And I think that if she keeps that true in her heart, this acknowledgement of not taking anything for granted, she would make a genuinely incredible main character, and she would make for one that you can't help but root for. Like, no matter what, if there's a charismatic character down the line, you're always going to be rooting for your girl Oguri Cap, because she has suffered like nobody else. She has gone through so much. I guess as well, the title Cinderella Grey, I'm not sure how to interpret that. Cinderella, obviously someone who kind of wasn't free. She wasn't able to do anything she wanted because she was basically being held captive. I don't know if that idea, well, you know, I don't think Oguri Cap was being held captive by her mother, but more so by her condition. So I think it's kind of telling you that story element of not being free to do what you want, being held kind of captive prisoner by your condition. And then Grey, I don't really know, kind of between black and white. Like, it's a gray area. This element of her character is likely based on the struggles of the IRL horse as well. That's really sad. Grey as in a grey mane. Okay, maybe. But yeah, no, that's really sad that horse also went through those same struggles, but I hope that it lived a good life. That's all I can really hope for. A good long life. That's all you could really hope for with any horse, because sadly, the nature of horse racing, one bad jump and, you know, the horse is sadly, like, yeah, I don't want to talk about it too long because it is really sad and depressing, but horse racing in real life can be very dangerous and not good for the horses. You don't want to scroll down their wiki page so you don't get spoilers on later seasons. Yeah, no, I understand. Especially when Umamusume is as hype as it has been. I don't really know if I have much more to say about this ending. I loved the imagery, I love the symbolism, and another thing, when we see her running past everyone, it reminded me a lot of one of the Haikyuu endings, I think it was, or maybe it was an opening, I can't remember, where we see the main character, I can't remember his name, running, and you start to see other characters and stuff. He's running towards him, I can't remember. So it's making me think of that as well. Hinata, that's the one, yes. I love a good running anime ending, and those are the only two I can think of. You know, the My Hero Academia one and the Haikyuu one. But I know there have been others out there. I just, you know, can't think off the top of my head right now. So I think we should check out the next one now and see what we get, which I presume will be opening number 2, the opening for the current season. I don't know if it was 2 cores. You know, core 1 was early in the year and core 2 is now. But we're going to check out Uma number 3. Here we go. All right, let's see what we get in this Uma number 3. Is it going to be the opening? I would assume so. So let's see what we get. Here we go. The suns are shining down. Wow, look at how great that sky actually looks. Okay. This is a lot more intense. Umamusume Cinderella Grey is back. Okay. It's got a like an almost new metal feel to it or something. I can't explain it. Getting a focus on the other characters a lot more now though, which is cool. Look at that racetrack. Different schools it looked like. This is sick. Look at that running. That it looks so good. For such a silly concept for a series, it looks so good. Look at them both alting. But who will alt at the more optimal time? Can she do it? Oh, she's breaking through. Look at them go. That was sick. That was so good. This is the opening for the, as of this recording, currently airing Cinderella Grey Part 2, Spurt Syndromer by 10 feet. Their only other anime credit is the ending song for the first slam dunk, which went crazy. Yeah, I can only imagine. I saw some of those clips that you were sharing back when, like, the year that the first slam dunk released, and based on what I saw in that animation, I could only imagine just how insane, like, the songs and the music attached to that movie had to be to keep up with that insanity, you know. But yeah, this is my first time hearing Spurt Syndromer, and I would love to hear more of them. They have a really unique sound and feel that I have not heard in anime before. Like, maybe it's not new metal, but it's like a late 90s, early 2000s kind of sound to it, with like the instrumentation or whatever, and the singer's voice, the way it's been like edited or whatever, mixed. Yeah, like it just has a very specific sound that I think sounds so unique. And you know, for a sports anime as intense as this one, I think it was so perfect and so fitting. I'm very surprised by it. Do I have a preference for opening one or two? I might say I prefer opening one. It's the sort of thing where, you know, when you watch the series, your opinion might change, you know, you get attached or something. There was also some big horse racing event in Japan a few weeks ago. The big brass band they had there played this opening. That's sick. That's so cool, because this is a really sick opening, and I love that there was a focus on change. You know, like, we see her in all this different gear, so it's showing her, you know, day in day out, she's training. You see all these different characters that are very important and very relevant for the series, I'm sure. And you know, I don't know if the order of when it shows them is based on least relevant to most relevant or anything like that, but you know, they all have a place, and it's showing us very unique looking characters that I hadn't seen yet from that first opening and ending. These ones have hair accessories on the right of their ears, so I can't remember if that's male or female, but I think it's really cool that you can actually pick out and notice something like that based on something so silly like hair accessories. This one shows just how much work she puts in, and I would love to see her succeed and come out on top, like, as the winner by the end of this. But this group right here look like a real group of, like, serious contenders. You know, I don't know if they're from another school or whatever, but they all have very unique looks to them. One of them is very buff. One of them looks like posh. This season was also the one where a bunch of international Umas showed up for a race, so they were all, of course, essentially country the horse girl. Yeah, that's really funny. So, like, where's the Irish horse girl? I would guess that the one to the left here is maybe USA, because it looks like she's got a basketball kind of like jersey on. Like, that's kind of what that looks like. Yep, okay. It looks very basketball, and I'm not just saying that because I can see a basketball in the B, but especially when it's shoulder here, that's a basketball jersey right there. To guess the others, I would guess the middle one, maybe like a France or like Denmark, something like that. The one on the right is obviously no, that's not you. That can't be USA, because we already have USA. Is there a second USA has hit the UMA? Like, has hit the UMA track? Unless that's like Puerto Rico or something, because of like similar flag colors. I'm just going based off of the leg colors there. I'm not really getting anything. I would guess maybe like a Sweden, based on there were two Yanks. Damn, that's crazy. They couldn't give it to someone else. Tut tut tut. Second from the right. It's giving me nothing. If I can get a close-up of her, maybe I can. Yeah, I got nothing for that one on this one here. The one on the far left, though, could also be French, I guess, or British. I maybe guess British for that one. Again, they're basing it on real races. Yeah, can't hold it against them, but I just wish we got more countries in there. It would have been more fun to kind of try and figure out who's from where. Oguri Cap is here. She's ready to get shit done. And I love the animation when it starts showing them racing, because you can tell just how much attention and detail Cygames Pictures put into this series. They really made this look phenomenal, and I really have nothing but absolute praise for the work that they put in here, and the fact that this is a series about horse girls running, just, it will never not make me crack up. Like, it's just so absurd that we're seeing characters literally go sicko mode, you know, essentially like power up in a series like this one. Like, I'm sure it happens all the time in sports anime where they kind of power up, and it, you know, there's animation, there's stuff in the background, there's sparks coming off them. Okay, that was weird. I'm sure that happens all the time to kind of show just how cracked they are. Like, they've literally broken through, as we see Oguri Cap here. She breaks through to the other side, and you know, I love the imagery. They have reached the zone, absolutely. Of course, she's reaching out, she breaks through, and all she's got now in front of her is her own limitations. She can do anything. Her training will hopefully pay off. This series is thoroughly in the Kuroko Baki camp of sports anime. I could certainly see that. Speaking of Baki though, that's a big series I've not seen anything for. I'm sure you've got plans for Baki at some point. I don't think anything could be compared to Baki from what I've seen. That shit is wild. But yeah, I love that throughout this entire opening we see Oguri Cap running, and she leaves everyone behind in the dust, and she just runs off. She does her thing, and she is the GOAT. She is the best racehorse that may have ever hit the Uma stage. I love this opening song. The group, what's their name, 10 feet, they did a phenomenal job here. It was incredible. The sound of this really did amplify what I was seeing 100%. I couldn't imagine, like, you know, it playing a similar song to the first one to kind of get those same like intense feelings across. The animation as well, absolutely bonkers. Well, ... Oh, you're about to see Peanut probably walk across. There he is. He's confused by the way I've moved the cat tower. Oguri ain't exactly unbeatable is all you'll say. Oh no. I want her to be unbeatable. But then again, for her to become the best, you know, she can't just be the best from the very beginning. But yeah, I hope that by the end of this season, you see her win a big race at least. But yeah, we're going to check out Uma number 4 now, which will probably be the ending for season 2, or is it the second season, or is it just part 2? Here we go. All right, with the help of Peanut here, we're going to check out this final video, the final ending, I would presume, for part 2 of Cinderella Grey. Here we go. Oh, we get little fairy tale looking book kind of frames. I love it. Oh, were they childhood friends? Ah. And now they're racing against one another. Ah. This is like really beautiful. And yeah, I don't know who's gonna win the race. She reached out to try and help her stand up back when she couldn't. That's so cute. Let's go anywhere together. Look at that. That's when she probably just started running. That's so cute. And then the footprints right beside one another. They will keep running together forever. Because I can. Yes. That was great. This is the ending for Cinderella Grey Part 2 Pair by Oguri Cap and Tamamo Cross, the main rival, but the protagonist of her own story, of course. 100%. I love that so much. I really, really love that it's not so much like like from the previous like the opening that we just checked out, I was like, oh, recap, you gotta beat her. She's like, you gotta beat her. She's gotta go down for no reason. Like I didn't even know the character, but I was just, you know, wishing ill against her that she wouldn't win because she wasn't the main character. Whereas here in this ending, we get to see she's a really genuinely kind person, really great person. We literally see a scene here where she reaches down, Tamamo Cross reaches down towards Oguri Cap, and I'm presuming this is when she wasn't able to walk. So it's kind of like, you know, looking like she's the one person that never gave up on her. She's someone who was always willing her to greater things, ushering her to greater heights, and you know, there for her friend. She was someone there for her at all times. Like that's how this genuinely feels. And the lyrics being like, let's go everywhere together forever. I always want to be by your side. Just the lyrics are very much like, these are two best friends who are competing against one another. And I think that that would make for genuinely interesting viewing, because normally you've got a good guy and a bad guy and you want to see the good guy take down the bad guy, right? Like you want to see the face overcome the heel, unless the heel is really charismatic and the most interesting thing happening right now. So obviously then learning here that there might be no bad guys in this series and they're all kind of just good, great people, great souls, really beautiful, pure souls, makes for very, very interesting dynamics, I'm sure. And I guess here we go. We're gonna do it. I guess that in my mind means it can be compared to Haikyuu, because what I saw in Haikyuu was that there were no bad guys whatsoever. They were all people who were just there to compete. They were all there to do their best and to win and to work with their friends to win nationals, championships, whatever it happened to be. They can be good enough people, but on the field they become demons. Yeah, couldn't you say the same about Haikyuu though? So yeah, I think that there's our Haikyuu comparison. I did say I would make a Haikyuu comparison, and there it is. What a great ending this was. This was so beautiful. I really, really love this so much. It told such a great story, and I love that final message at the end. I'm losing my voice. I've been talking so much, so I'm probably going to have to wrap this one up very soon, but I'll just say a few quick things. At the very end, the lyrics literally flash on screen, because I can. And that's the important thing here. That's what's really important in this series. It's not so much maybe about winning. It's not so much about being the best. It's about doing what you want, doing what you love, and doing that thing because you can. That's what's truly important here. And it's a perfect, beautiful message to take away from this whole thing. And I was saying earlier, I didn't know if this series would kind of harp on that message for too long. It would linger on that, and maybe it would just go in a completely wacky direction. But it does seem that it keeps that true at the core of the series, that Oguri Cap used to be unable to do anything here, so she truly has overcome all odds, and she will go on to do great things, I'm sure. And it's a great message. It's a great visual story that we were seeing here. But of course she is able to do that with the help of many different people, and we see so many of those people within these openings and endings, and I'm sure she has all of them to thank, and I'm sure she has all of those others in mind when she thinks back to how far she's got here. And yeah, what an incredible ending this was. The song was beautiful, the visuals were beautiful, and yeah, Umamusume. Who would have thought that in 2025 we would be wrapping the year up for anime openings and endings with Umamusume, Cinderella Grey? I can't think of a better way to do it, because it left things off in a really poignant, beautiful message and note that I wouldn't want it to end any other way, if I'm being honest. Like, I really wouldn't want it to end any other way. This was so great. And yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed Umamusume Part 2 and the whole great Cinderella Grey story. I hope that you guys get a season 2. I hope that Umamusume continues to thrive, and I hope that Cygames continues to be at the top of the game, and that they produce more Umamusume content and more The Summer Hikaru Died, of course. But that's not the point right now. The point is that This was phenomenal, and I'm so glad we checked this out today. But I am going to wrap this one up. I am losing my voice. I feel it. It's getting really scratchy and sore to talk. So I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe if you have not done so already. Leave a comment down below letting me know your favorite Cinderella Grey opening and or ending, and I would love to hear it. And yeah, hit the notification bell if you would like to be notified when future videos like this one go live on the channel. And of course, share this with a fellow Uma fan if you know any that you think might enjoy this video. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up today. I hope that you guys are having a great day today and that you're able to take it easy. I will see you in the next one. Take care.